Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Library Board of Trustees. Today is Tuesday, April 15, 2025. The time is 6:01. Right here at City Hall. If you would like to watch our live telecast, you can go to youtube.com/@dailycitygov/streams or dailycity.org/agendas or Comcast channel 27. If you would like to submit a public comment, please do so at those same, what was it called? Designations, pardon me. So I would like to call to order the meeting. First order, pledge of allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry, Bill.
No worries.
May I get a roll call, please?
Absolutely. All right. Yay. Trustee Pacheco.
Present.
Excellent. Trustee Lex.
Present.
Trustee Powell.
Present.
And President Trunco.
Present.
Trustee Vice President Goodman is not with us at this time.
First line item is approval of the agenda regular meeting of April 15, 2025. May I get an approval of the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. May I also get an approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of February 18, 2025, unless there's any edits or suggestions?
I move that the minutes of the February meeting be approved as presented.
I'll second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Next line item is presentations, report from Daly City Public Library Associates DCPLA.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. It's nice to see everyone. I haven't come in a little bit, but I wanted to come and share all this exciting stuff with you that we've got coming up. So first of all, we got a generous grant from Genentech for $19,000. And most of that, well, no, about half of it is going to Art and Lit Fest to actually pay some bigger name bands than we have had in the past, including we have secured Qbert this year, which we are very excited about because that's pretty big. And he's bringing a sound person. It will be much better than the sound that we usually have at Serramonte Center. Nothing against them. They're very, very generous in what they donate to us, but we're going to step it up a little bit this year. But the other thing that is going towards is a community outreach worker. And I'm happy to say that we advertised and we found someone. Her name is Christina, and she actually works for the San Mateo County Libraries. So she saw our ad after she was looking to volunteer with us because she happens to be a Daly City resident. So we interviewed her, and she was amazing, like perfect. So we're going to put her to work. We're going to figure out exactly what we want her to do, but I think we're going to have her probably start working on our May membership drive. Seems like the perfect chance. So we'll start seeing things from her, and if she works out great, maybe hopefully we could find something in the budget to, to keep her on, and if she wants to stay. So the other thing that I'm very excited about, we have planned our first annual Daly City Library Day with the Giants. So it's a fundraiser in which the Giants offer discounted tickets, a special link that anybody, we can share it far and wide. It's not, special for, anybody can use it. And when they use the special link, it's, we chose a date of Sunday, August 17th. The game is at 1:05, and it's against the Rays. And using that link, you can choose between View Reserve Section 307 and some bleachers seats that are in the fan zone that I picked partly because I thought we could advertise to the children's story time kids. And, that's right next to the big Coke bottle and everything. And so the tickets are a discounted rate of $15 plus fees, but $5 of that, every ticket sold goes back to DCPLA. So it's a little fundraiser for us, but more importantly, I think is just having that community day. We'll all sit together, and if this proves popular, like maybe in the future we'll make it a little bigger, maybe make T-shirts or something, I don't know. But it seems like a lot of fun. So, and the reason we chose that date also is because the first 20,000 people in the park get a free Eliot Ramos bobblehead. So it's worth going early just for that, right? So that should be a lot of fun. On May 12th, we have plans to present the Fund the Need grant to Daly City Council. These are the items that we fundraised at the St. Patrick's Day event. So that will be jumbo magnetic tiles for our preschool and younger elementary students, updates and a refresh to the Native American book collection, and 4 scholarships for summer learning incentive. All students who complete all of the reading will be entered in a raffle to possibly win a $1,000 scholarship. Another thing coming up is our 2024-25 Daly City Youth Poet Laureate, Maxwell Espinola. His service project for this year is a mental health-related poetry event that he's doing at Kapwa Cultural Center. Seems like the perfect place. And that's on Friday, April 25th at 6:30 p.m. There's advertisements I'll share with the library. You can sign up to perform. If you aren't a person who would want to perform at a thing like that, please come just to support. It's supporting our program, but it's also supporting Kapwa Cultural Center, which I think is really important right now. We have a new nonprofit in Daly City, and they seem like an excellent partner for the library and for DCPLA. So love to see you all there. Of course, we've got the Daly City Youth Poet Laureate commencement event, which I know we've brought up quite a few times. Hope to see you all there. That's at Daly City Hall on Wednesday, April 30th at 6:30 p.m. There'll be performances by our finalists, but also California State Youth Poet Laureate Chloe Chow, who is a former Daly City Youth Poet Laureate, and our current Youth Poet Laureate. But also, we have recruited the newly appointed San Mateo County Poet Laureate, Antonio Lopez, to make our announcement of the winner. And I haven't heard back from him yet. We offered to let him say, read one of his works as well. So hopefully he'll do that. I had the honor of being at the event, the Board of Supervisors event where he was appointed. And he did a really awesome poem, and he mentioned Daly City by name at the very beginning, I might add. So that was exciting. And that's a lot of exciting things coming up. We had a really successful St. Patrick's Day event, and we're still working on the books, but it looks like we are able to fully fund all of those Fund the Need items without even reaching into our reserves. So I'm really happy about that. So, and that's everything. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Victoria. Did anyone of the following trustees want to comment, ask questions, or anything?
I'm just going to, first of all, thanks for coming, Victoria. It's always good to see you. And congratulations on everything that DCPLA is doing. I mean, it just seems like, you're becoming more ambitious and more successful all the time. And your energy is contagious, and it's really serving the community and the Daly City Public Library. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. For the next item, was there any public comment, Shayla?
There were no online public comments, and yes, I don't see
All right.
any other
No worries.
public.
May we go on next to the director's report?
Absolutely. So I'm very excited today. We have, it's been a while, so we have some of our wonderful staff here. This is our youth team. So I think you've all met Sarah Spence, our youth services librarian, but we also have Rook here, and Rook is more of a specialist working with teen programming and with a special focus on art. And so Rook has a presentation for you today, and I'm gonna control it from over there, so you can just say next when you're ready to do that. So I'm gonna pull it up on the screen if that's okay.
Excuse me, Brooke?
My name is Rook, like the chess piece.
Oh, okay, Rook. Okay, great, thank you. Yeah.
I just like my voice is so loud and powerful. How's that? Okay, great. Okay, I can also adjust. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right, so I started up a little bit of teen programming out of the ceremony branch. It's been going on since last September, and Sarah has been our only youth services staff person prior to me joining last year. And so we're definitely a bit stretched then when it comes to providing resources for this age group. And my goal with this is to slowly introduce our library as a place of creative discovery for the teens that are around and definitely have a need and interest in this. So the main way that we're pursuing this is through the monthly Teen Craft Hang. It's a drop-in session that's pretty lengthy, gives us a decent chunk of time to delve into a new project. And we've been switching it up and doing interesting things in the past and taking advantage of library resources while doing that. So for example, our next program is going to be with our laser cutter. DCPLA has been really generous, and also like Shayla is great about finding specific equipment for this, but we want to like get kids engaged with our maker equipment. We've done culturally relevant programs in the past, like the Chinese New Year gold envelope embossing, and just really keeping programming in mind that would be challenging for kids to perhaps access on their own or through their schools, and to have them try new things and learning about what books and other materials are at the library while they do that. So we've had a mix of like a pretty small group to maybe 10 students come in the past, and a lot of returners. We've had like several friend groups who have established themselves in this space, and I really look forward to seeing them every time. So here are just some fun pictures from what we've done. It's fun to see how like once you introduce the craft, they'll just keep making it over and over and get really into it. Here's like our full calendar for this month's stuff. And yeah, to promote this as well as other teen opportunities for Daly City specifically, and also just, I guess, relevant to California and Daly City in general. So like we've promoted the Youth Laureate program in the past. We've promoted the Congressional Art Competition as well. And I'm just going around and bringing a small mobile craft pop-up to the different high schools and junior high schools, and deepening our relationship with the school librarians as well in doing this. And these have been really well attended. Again, kids will like churn out a million of the craft and get really excited about it. And we're trying to use this to get folks to attend the like in-person library things and also to be more involved in their community through volunteering. And yeah, so that brings us to what Sarah and I have been working on mostly lately as summer draws close. Last year we had a really successful summer teen volunteer program. I know that we haven't had a meeting in a while, so I apologize if this information has been covered before prior to me joining these sessions. But last year we had like over 85 applicants, and we were really well supported by the teens. And again, we're seeing a lot of returners who like to like establish these relationships with the families who come. And then we also recently had a library card art contest with a specific teen competition division. You'll see the design that won on the right. It's so cute. Yeah, and this participant had explained the inspiration, which was so thoughtful. So we see a rainy day that is typical of our Daly City weather. And then also this like really cozy environment that reminds me, I guess, of Studio Ghibli. But apparently, like this was inspired specifically by how the kids section at the ceremony library looks with the little mushrooms. But I just thought it was really sweet. And now these are available at the libraries. So I know that Jador, you had attended, and I hope you got a new library card. These are available to you too. But yeah, so some upcoming goals and projects in the works. Ceremony, as you know, is under construction. We had previously been hosting the teen art workshops in the basement. We're going to be moving that to Peninsula Books. It's a really sweet partnership because they're super community oriented as well, and it's also closer to a high school, so it's great for us. Could you put it back so I can see the text? Thanks. But yeah, the work outreach to schools. I'm hoping to move to like a monthly or every other month frequency, and then I want to perform more outreach with student clubs. But yeah, I'd love to know if you have any questions or comments about what has been going on so far.
I have a question. What high schools have you partnered with?
Well, we send out the outreach materials to all the nearby high schools. So that's the Jefferson Union High School District, as well as the elementary school district to get middle school students. The programs are open to kids aged 12 to 18. But for the outreach, we've been to Westmore, Summit, Shasta, Fernando Rivera, Jefferson High School. I'm sure Oceana. Yeah. But Summit Shasta is really close, so we do more stuff there, I would say.
Good. So it sounds like you got a pretty good response.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
I was just asking
So-
anyone else.
Is it your impression that most of the participants in the programs are library card holders?
Yes, because we have library card sign up, and I tell them to sign up every time.
Yeah,
They
that's
tell
great.
me they
Okay,
have a
super.
card.
Thank you.
I guess one of my questions is there anything that the library board of trustees can do to help like support this initiative or this focus?
Yeah. I guess if I don't believe our stuff is on the overall city newsletter. That could be a helpful thing to do.
Yeah, any time that you can share what we're promoting online with your networks, that's very helpful. I know all of you have really deep connections in the community and can reach people. We
I've
don't.
also been putting together a photo wall of the things that kids make and the kids making them too. I can ask for permission from the people who have been captured in the past, and we could also put it out on the city website or something and just make these students feel acknowledged for contributing creatively. That would be sweet.
So I just wanted to commend Rook for initiating this, and also this is kind of a notorious thing amongst librarians as one of the more difficult groups to engage with, because they've got a lot going on, and so getting out there, making those connections, and bringing them into the library also is it's been beautiful to see, and of course Sarah always is powerhouse serving the entire city.
Just one other question. Is this primarily Saramani Library based, or do you get out to any of the other branches?
It is ceremony library based right now, yes.
Okay.
Were there any more questions or comments? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then, may we go to the next line item, Shayla?
Absolutely. When we talked about the 3D printer policy at our last meeting and we made a number of adjustments to it, the board asked that it come back in its finally edited form. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just bringing it back. It was in your packet, and you can see at the bottom, it'll show the latest revision date, which would have been the meeting at which you finalized and endorsed it. So I believe I confirmed via email that we did capture all of the edits that you had. Our policies, we have an up-to-date version of them, but they are living documents, so they can always be revised in the future, and in fact, probably should continuously be reviewed and revised. So,
I move that the revised 3D printer policy as presented in the packet be approved.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Sorry, I turned that on.
Hearing none opposed, the motion passes. Thank you. And then may we go on to the next line item of the trustees report?
so the group that is the DCPLA and Library Board Collaboration Subcommittee, I guess, working on the community-driven giving project, met quite a while ago.
Yeah, February 21st
There you
was, and then again in March.
Yes, and so that's President Tronco and Trustee Lex, and then we have Astrid from the Library Board of Trustees, and thus I feel like it's been very productive. Do you want to report out?
Yeah, I mean, I've been tremendously pleased with our discussions and the progress we've made. And I have to say, especially with the contribution that Astrid has made to our group. She has voluntarily become the recording secretary. She provides minutes in a very timely and clear, concise, organized manner. If there's any follow-up required, she's right on top of it. I can't say enough to thank DCPLA for, I'll just say, making her a part of this project. We couldn't have asked for a better person. Just to give you an idea of what we have accomplished, or the process that we've gone through. At the February meeting, we developed project objectives, which include soliciting ideas from the user of Daly City Libraries and DCPLA members on how DCPLA donated funds should be used to enhance and supplement a variety of things, including library services, book and media collections, programs, equipment acquisitions and upgrades, facilities enhancements and furnishings, and then the category of other. The project plan is to ask the public for ideas, casting a wide net, using the above classifications that I've just mentioned, then to go back to the DCPLA board to determine how much the budget will be, and that's already been done. And DCPLA has provided a $5,000 grant, I'll call it, to support this program. The thoughts that went along or that were included in the meeting included that this would be one-time funding. There's no guarantee that any idea will be implemented because we don't know what kinds of ideas are going to be submitted. We're hoping to find some that, are certainly fundable and visible. Include a disclaimer that, looking into, based on our experience with this first experimental endeavor, making the survey a yearly event to provide recognition and appreciation to contributors and to promote it through the newsletters, social media, QR codes at the front desk of the libraries, and DCPLA events. In the March 7th meeting, we talked about publicizing this through two different methods, posters that would be put online and in the libraries. And Astrid has, again, here she is doing a fantastic job, actually drafted some language for both. So for the poster, she's suggesting it be titled, Help Shape the Future of Your Library. We're thrilled to announce that our library has received a one-time grant of $5,000 from the Daly City Public Library Associates, DCPLA, and we want you to help decide how to spend it. What programs, resources, or upgrades would you love to see? Share your ideas and let your voice be heard by participating in our survey. Your ideas matter. Together we can make our library an even better place for everyone. And then we would give a survey deadline and a link or details on how to take the survey. The survey would have a preamble of Daly City's libraries offer a wide range of services from the traditional, such as lending books, providing online research resources, offering public computers with internet access, and mail service for homebound residents, to new and innovative services, including 3D printing, lending of Wi-Fi hotspots, telescopes, and games, offering faxing and scanning. Share your ideas for the following: lending collections, special collections of books on specific topics, tools, kits, electronics, portable equipment, reusable supplies, programs, special presentations from authors, experts, or entertainers, workshops and classes, equipment, specialized items available for use at the library, such as digital editing stations, assistive technology, and maker equipment, and furnishings, new seating, work tables, study carrels, play furniture, collaborative workstations, media or computer stations, and display furniture. And then in conclusion, we would ask the person's age group broken down between below 18, 19 to 30, 31 to 50, 51 or over. Which library branch do you use the most? Listing all 4 branches. And finally, if your idea gets selected, would you like to be acknowledged? If so, please provide your name and contact information. So that's a voluntary submission. So that's where we are right now. Jayla, do you have anything you wish to add, or Jador, you're there too?
I do not have, I felt like that was a great summary and context of like from the multiple meetings that we have met up and delivery and talked about.
Well, I just like to echo. It's been great to have Astrid, who has a background in surveying, and so it's perfect to have her expertise. And yeah, a lot of progress. I'm excited about hearing fresh ideas that we haven't heard before. So looking forward to it.
Right. So having said all of that, I realize that I'm not sure if we have a next meeting scheduled, and okay, so that's
we should
the
schedule
next
our
thing we
next
need to do. All right.
Yeah.
So please give our compliments to Astrid. Lots of atta girls and pats on the back, and we can't thank her enough.
May I approach?
Yes.
I would love to invite someone from the committee to come to the DCPLA meeting. We have our general board meeting this Thursday at Colma Town Hall at 6. If that's too soon, maybe the one next month. If you'd like to come and just kind of share some more information, I'll have Astrid report out on what's come across so far. But actually, anytime, all of you are welcome. We meet at the third Thursday of every month at Colma Town Hall at 6. But if you'd like to schedule a specific meeting to come and talk about this some more, I would welcome that. You can just email me and let me know. Thanks.
Thank you.
Did anyone have any more questions or comments on this line item?
Yeah, for the survey, do we know what platform we're using for the survey? Maybe like Google Docs or
Astrid had suggested a particular tool, and I'm not remembering the name of it now. It wasn't one I was familiar with, but she seems to have expertise in this area. So.
Yeah. And are we doing a link and like a manual form?
Yes.
Thank you.
If there's not anything else, maybe we move on to the next line item.
Well, I just wanted to thank President Trunco. We, as a field of California libraries, have come together to really advocate for some specific things at the state level in their budget. We had something called the CLSA, the California Library Services Act funding had been cut in a previous budget, and it's still at that 50% level. And it's really important funding for that funds cooperation between libraries, which is something that benefits us all. And so I had asked that some advocacy be done, in the name of the Library Board of Trustees. And I want to just, like I said, thank President Trunco for sending letters to both Assembly Member Stephanie and State Senator Scott Wiener. I know that we, DCPLA also sent letters, and we heard back from Assembly Member Stephanie, so she definitely heard what we had to say.
All right, thank you, Jayla, and thank you for
Thank
helping
you.
us co-draft this. So,
Hopefully.
and then, did anyone have any questions or concerns on that specific line item?
I did meet with the assembly member along with another library person, and we were trying to ascertain when would be the appropriate or most effective time to bring this back up, because it currently isn't the right time. And so we got some advice on that, and so hopefully we'll be able to continue advocating for this and hopefully eventually get this funding restored.
Thank you.
Chayla, I do have one question. How does this, the notice of termination of the federal grant affect Daly City Library? I mean, I know this termination of the federal grant is going to affect California libraries, but is there a deep impact to individual libraries, or how's that? Do we have?
So for the Daly City Public Library, one of the things that we have benefited from for my entire career is the E-rate, which is pretty much a 50% discount on what we pay for our broadband connection. And that would be something that we would be losing, definitely. Obviously, we're keeping internet, so it's just going to be something that's going to have to be pulled out of our, our regular operating budget. There's some other things. There's the New York Times subscription that it's provided through the state library, but that funding originates at the federal level. And there's other things like that. There are a number of different grants that that libraries can apply for that are Library Services and Technology Act grants, and those will no longer be available, unfortunately. So it has an impact, but it's not. The vast majority of our funding is local funding. Daly City supports the library. Yeah.
Would the New York Times ever considered giving libraries either free or next to free copies of their paper to get people to still read? I mean, I don't know what the New York Times is thinking these days anyway, but.
I don't think it will get dropped without great discussion. I know there's already been discussion.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, everyone. And then the next line item is announcements and communications.
I had just a couple of upcoming programs. I put the flyers on the slides. Okay, so upcoming, we have better money habits. This is actually something we've done before. Trustee Powell has volunteered to provide this free workshop to help people in our community avoid being the victim of fraud. So you can see this is something that's going to be upcoming at our Westlake Library on May 13th at 4:30. And I believe actually there's going to be a second presenter that I think should probably be included. I think I grabbed an earlier version of the flyer, but we'll be promoting this, and I can send this out if you guys could also help let people know through your channels. That would be greatly appreciated. We also have a couple of sustainability related programming coming up, and again, this one's at Westlake. On the 22nd, we have the Master Gardeners coming to provide some tips and information about how to compost in your backyard. I think that's particularly helpful if you're not someone who has a lot of landscaping. So I don't know, the green bins are so large. So if you're just dealing with your food scraps, it'll be nice to have a backyard composting option. And then also a Fix-It clinic. This has been a long time coming. There's a partnership, of course, with the County Office of Sustainability. And so we will be having volunteers coming out to the John Daly Library. It's actually going to be on a Saturday. So we would not normally be open, but we're opening special for this so that we can provide the space for people to do this kind of activity. So we're looking forward to that one. And then finally, this came out of our discussion that we had a couple of meetings ago. I think President Tronco, you brought up doing some sort of memoir writing workshop. And so one of our librarians, Zach, he reached out to a local organization and found somebody to come and provide that. So that's going to be also at Westlake Library on July 8th. It's an evening program so that hopefully people who work during the day will be able to participate. So I think that might be it, except a shout out obviously to the upcoming April 30th Youth Poet Laureate commencement. So those are the upcoming, slightly out of the ordinary programs we have. So I just wanted to share.
Then you're going to send these out to us.
Yes, I'll email them as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chayla. Did anyone else have any questions or comments?
I'm in favor of what Trustee Lugart is doing with alerting the public of fraud. As you know, it's tax season, and I can't tell you how many times I get these fraudulent phone calls and messages about saying I'm going to go to jail because I have back taxes. And just imagine if a senior citizen got a hold of, or to accept that, just imagine what the trouble they go through. And I believe that that's a great idea, Angie, that you're doing that. So it brings up a big awareness around. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm going to go over probably some common fraud scenarios and tips on protecting yourselves. Working in banking, and
Yes,
Gary,
you and I worked in banking.
we see it a lot daily, and the statistics are mind-blowing. I believe in 2023, it reached like 1.3 billion or something in scams, like nationally, and I believe the stats went up from there. So it's definitely needed within the community. So I'm happy to do it. And I'm going to bring a colleague of mine. He is a fellow branch manager as well. So we'll both be taking on that segment. So thank you.
Well, the library very much appreciates it.
If there's not anything else, may we go to agenda building for the next meeting?
Some point, the library would like to bring our collection development policy up for review and revision. I think I've mentioned this before, but sometime this calendar year, we need to make some changes just to comply with a new state law. But it's a good opportunity to take another look at it. It hasn't been revised in quite a while, so that's a kind of a larger document. So I'll be bringing that next time or possibly the time after.
Okay, I think our ongoing DCPLA collaboration should be on the agenda, just for an update.
Anything else?
Did y'all have anything?
No.
Just asking. All right. If there's nothing else, I would like to move for adjournment. May I get a motion, please?
So moved?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, the meeting ends at 6:41 p.m.